Alexandra Eala has just been handed a huge boost at the Qatar Open despite potential match with Coco Gauff. Alexandra Eala will be hoping to bounce back at the Dubai Tennis Championships, after suffering a first-round defeat to Teresa Valentova at the Qatar Open. Eala's incredible WTA Tour popularity is yet to truly match up to her performances, although the Filipina star has impressed at the ASB Classic and the Abu Dhabi Open. The 20-year-old's first-round exit in Qatar was the same result as her maiden loss in the Australian Open main draw, but Eala has a big opportunity to turn her fortunes around in Dubai. The star has been gifted a kind first-round match and she could be set to go even further at the WTA 1000 event. Alexandra Eala provided with winnable Dubai draw. Eala entered the tournament automatically thanks to Naomi Osaka's withdrawal, and her draw has been kind, especially as she is not seeded. The Filipina will play a qualifier or lucky loser in the first round, and a win will set up a match with Jasmine Paolini. The Italian is yet to truly set the world alight in 2026, having lost in the third round of the Australian Open and the first round of the Qatar Open. Paolini provides a winnable match for Eala, and she will not play another star in the top 10 until the quarterfinals at the earliest. The 20-year-old is in the same section as Emma Navarro, Linda Noskova, and Elise Mertens, which is a stark contrast to Emma Raducanu's incredibly difficult Dubai draw. Eala could play Coco Gauff in the quarterfinal, her friend and former doubles partner, who herself is in a run of poor form. The rising star might not ever have a better chance of progressing through a WTA 1000 event until she earns seeded entry. Why Alexandra Eala needs a deep run in Dubai. Eala has flown up the rankings in the last year, but she could soon hit a wall as she heads into a dangerous period. The star announced herself to the tennis world by reaching the semi-final of the Miami Open last year, which will now provide her with a huge ranking test. If Eala does not perform well in Miami this year, she could be set to lose plenty of points as she is defending 390 from her Final Four appearance in 2025. Eala has been largely performing as a free hit at many of these tournaments, because these are her maiden appearances. With an easier ride in Dubai, Eala needs to garner all the points she can get to avoid a ranking drop after Miami. Rising beyond the headlines, Alex Eala's Qatar Open story. There are moments in sport that shimmer, not because of the final score but because of what they represent. For Filipina tennis sensation Alexandra "Alex" Eala, the 2026 Qatar TotalEnergies Open was more than a tournament. It was a crossroads where promise met reality, where expectation met opportunity, and where resilience shone amid pressure. Against the backdrop of elite competition and the looming specter of facing one of the sport's brightest stars, Coco Gauff, Eala's journey at Qatar was a narrative of hope, adversity, and profound growth. A stage set for greatness. Doha, the glittering capital of Qatar, has long been a theater where tennis elites converge, champions, contenders, and rising talents alike. The Qatar Open isn't just another stop on the WTA Tour, it's a WTA 1000 event, one of the circuit's highest tiers outside the Grand Slams. With points, prestige, and spotlight on the line, the draw becomes a crucible where ambitions are tested. Into this arena stepped Alex Eala, still only 20 years old, yet already a beacon for Filipino sports fans and a rising global tennis star. Her berth in the main draw was itself a moment of triumph, earned as she stepped in to replace an injured player. For a young athlete whose career trajectory has been ascending, from impressive WTA runs to breaking into the world top 40, this was an affirmation that she belonged among the sport's elite. The boost before the battle. At first glance, luck and fortune were on Eala's side. A winnable draw in a vast field stacked with powerhouses and headline names. Despite whispers of a potential quarterfinal face-off with Coco Gauff, a star known for her ferocious competitiveness and modern legacy, the initial draw gave Eala a realistic pathway into the tournament's deeper stages. In the world of professional tennis, where draws can determine destiny, this was a gift. To many observers, this was the boost, the promise of possibly navigating through the early rounds, gaining match rhythm, confidence, and a chance to make waves. Even the suggestion of a potential clash with Gauff added spice, not something to fear, but a reminder of the heights that Eala's journey could reach. Yet sport is never scripted. A moment of reality, and resilience when Doha finally arrived. Eala's performance was a reminder that the path to greatness is rarely linear. Facing a determined qualifier in her opening match, she fought hard, but ultimately conceded defeat, bowing out earlier than many had hoped. It was a moment of disappointment, certainly, but it was also a mirror reflecting the realities of elite competition. Far from negating her potential, that loss became a catalyst, a chance to reassess, to reset, and to grow. In sport, sometimes the deepest lessons come from the toughest setbacks. The broader picture, more than one match to appreciate the significance of Eala's Qatar experience, it helps to zoom out. Her journey to this stage was hard-won, from powerful showings at the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open to racing up the rankings and earning widespread admiration for her bold style and refreshing presence. In a sport stacked with established names, her rise has been a compelling story of grit and inspiring ambition. And while Doha didn't deliver the deep run some had envisaged, the overall arc of her season continued to ascend. A main draw debut at the upcoming Dubai Tennis Championships, upgraded due to withdrawals of other players, was testament to the resilience of her campaign, a fresh opportunity with an even bigger spotlight. What the boost truly meant, the true boost from Qatar wasn't just about the draw, or the potential to face a top star like Coco Gauff. It was about confidence, recognition, and the affirmation of Eala's place among the world's elite. Here's why that matters. Representation. As one of Southeast Asia's brightest tennis stars, Eala carries not just ranking points, but national pride and regional hope. Her presence at a WTA 1000 event is a milestone for Filipino tennis. Opportunity. Even if Doha's matches didn't unfold as hoped, simply being in that space, sharing courts with the world's best, was invaluable experience. It's not just competition, it's education. Momentum, the entry into future events like Dubai without having to qualify, made possible by her rising ranking and the cascading effects of withdrawals, gave her a fresh platform to showcase her talent against top-tier opponents. The Gauff narrative, shadow and inspiration. Potential matchups with stars like Coco Gauff, themselves globally recognized, formidable athletes, often become part of the narrative. Yet rather than being a looming threat, Gauff represents what young players like Eala are striving toward, a model of consistency, power, and professionalism. While a Doha quarterfinal with Gauff didn't materialize, the very possibility of such a pairing served as a marker of progress, a sign that the tennis world sees Eala as a peer within the top echelons. That's no small feat, and when these athletes do cross paths, even off court, in doubles pairings or shared tournaments, it strengthens